everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good day, good day. So some general housekeeping. Good morning and good evening, good afternoon, everybody. What's going on? It's great to have all of you here today. As you know, today is Friday, which means it's our Patreon live stream day. If you don't know what that is, well, every Friday, the patrons, we listen to their music that they have, signed up for, requested, suggested, and we listen to it every Friday. Though next week it will be Thursday instead of Friday. So the game plan for today is to hello, and we judge their tastes. True. And sometimes we offer musical insights. We being I do sometimes. Today is another exciting day. We have a lot to get through today. I'm 5 episodes deep into Evangelion, and I will never be the same, as witnessed by my new wallpaper. It's over for me. Probably the greatest show I've ever seen. Probably the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, arguably. Probably the greatest thing I've ever seen. Truly one of the greatest psychological action shows I've ever seen. I'm obsessed. It will ruin anime for me. It's so good. So good. Now I already know I'm 5 episodes in, so I've seen about I've seen about. So when I watched Evangelion for the first time, I was very physically unwell. So I was having really bad palpitations, and I was mentally very ill. It was like pre-medicine, I don't know. I was all sorts of fucked up. My anxiety was terrible. I was having like adrenaline dumps like every day, and so I watched like 10 to 12 episodes. I think I watched 12 to 15 episodes of Evangelion. So this was like 8 years ago. Assume that I don't remember anything, which is crazy because I was lucid for it. I can't remember any of it. I can't remember any of it because I was just like so riddled with anxiety at the time in my life. yeah, so there's 26 episodes. Honestly, I don't think I can binge it tomorrow, but I may honestly just binge it on Sunday. Just slowly upload it and then pivot over to Cowboy Bebop. Also, if this doesn't apply to everybody, but this is my official on-camera apology for episode 10 of Mob Psycho. I was actively falling asleep during it, even though I was also commentating on what I was seeing, which is very bizarre to watch back. I don't know what happened. Episode 9, I was like fully lucid, and episode 10, I just started dozing off. There are moments where I'm literally like, and then I'm awake, and then I'm watching it. So for those of you that are watching that, I'm sorry. I really do apologize. I honestly, it was so embarrassing. I contemplated not even uploading it, but for the sake of continuity, I decided to. Hello. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome in. Yeah, so Evangelion, man, I'm so glad that I decided to just like trust my gut and just watch it, because it's honestly, it's like the best thing I've ever seen. I don't know, man. I don't think I'll ever be the same after this show. Like 5 episodes deep, like I just love it. It does something to my body and my mind, like the 90s anime style. It's like nostalgic, lonely. God, it's so good. I can't get over it. It's so good. Buongiorno Italia. So today's game plan is as follows. We'll be diving into some Phantasy Star Online 2-1, Slime Rancher, Fire Emblem Engage, Unbeatable, Koru Observer, Octopath Traveler. What's up, Wrathlords? Abzu. Hey, Marcelo, how are you? Abzu, Demo, Pocket Mirror, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 or Hi-Fi Rush, Honkai Star Rail, Bakugan Battle Brawler. What the fuck are these games? Bakugan Battle Brawlers. I love it. Saturday Morning RPG. Grease. Some more Grease. That's nice. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. The Sims. Civ 6. And Brown Dust 2. Really? Haha. Yeah. So we'll be diving in. What's up, Violet? So we'll be diving into all of this today. And yeah. This week we finished Halo 2. It was really a nice time. I finished up the first day was solo, so that was more musical analysis and stuff, and the second day was like a hangout with Bricky. Some folks really liked that Bricky and I talked a lot. Other people did not like that, but you know, what can I tell you? Yesterday I uploaded a Arch-Tempered Arkfeld OST reaction if you want to check that out. Today I'll be uploading a shortest video game music upload. As a general rule, for those of you that are interested, we're kind of shifting away, myself, my strategist, just everybody on the team. We're shifting away from single song videos, just FYI. I mean, not when I say shifting away, I don't mean I'm never going to do them, but I'm just going to be a lot more selective about them. Part of the reason for that is that if you go to the channel and you look at it, and I don't expect anybody to do this, but I do it. There's like 2,000 videos on the channel, and there's just too many. There's just too many videos, and that was a lot of work, and I'm grateful for it, but I can't really sustain that anymore. So we've shifted sort of the way in which that I create content and release content. It's a lot more thematic, a lot more themed. Now, of course, when something like Archveld, Arch-Tempered Arkfeld comes out, that's definitely something that I'll, want to do a single song video on, because that's really exciting to me and I like it. If I do a single song video, it will usually be geared towards something that I really like. So that's something that will definitely be a change. It's already been a change, so I'm just like sort of verbalizing it. Some people may be okay with that. Some people may not be okay with that, but it's kind of the nature of the beast at this point. I just can't sustain it. So, I appreciate your understanding, if that matters to you. With that being said, I'm trying to think of what else happened this week that was interesting. Oh, Blue Point Studio shut down, so that sucks. That's fucking terrible. Really just a horrible, like, piece of information. And, really, I'm so disgruntled. about Sony at this point. I don't even want to engage with anything related to PlayStation ever again, which is weird. And I feel like all those like angry gamers. I feel like an angry gamer because I mean, you know, not like I was like a Blue Point fanboy or anything like that, but it just sort of sucks that a studio that was clearly good at taking old games and glowing them up and making them, you know, modernizing them and making them more beautiful for a modern era, was tasked with a 6-year God of War 6-year God of War live service game that no one will fucking play. It's just so like, to me it's just so incredibly dumb and frustrating beyond belief. It's frustrating beyond belief, and I can't really support like Sony's choices for what? For Wolverine? For GTA 6? Like, you know, and I play gacha games, so I'm never going to even say like that I don't support games as a service or live service games, because I do. I don't have a problem with those kinds of games. But some people will play the 3-person Horizon Zero Dawn Monster Hunter game. That's not me. That's just not me. Like, that's just not my interest. So I don't know. You know, I really am feeling very disgruntled. It's definitely the first time that I've ever been like, man, fuck like AAA execs. And I've just honestly, I've never been the type to say it. But then even today, Ubisoft, I saw this piece of information where Eves is, you know, look, it's just, we've got 2 new Far Cry games in development, several Assassin's Creed games in dev, both single player and multiplayer. Bro, just lock it in. Just lock it in. I'm not a game dev, so, you know, I'm not like in the industry, so I can't say like, you know, I know this shit's difficult, but like, why? Why? This is crazy. My God, what happened to your hair? My dog ate my hair. And I decided it was time to let it go. I let her enjoy the hair and I moved on. Anyway, that's a little bit of bitching for your Friday morning. But I was just so sad. I was just like, I mean, you can make games that are profitable and make a fuck ton of money, but I just feel like it's like the least common. It's like the like lowest common denominator approach to like try. It's like you're not even trying to hide the fact you're trying to make as much money as possible, you know? Terrible. You know, but then you get into, you know, devs that go off on their own and try to do something new with Highguard, and obviously that has plenty of problems too. But, you know, I feel bad that the Terminally Online really went after Highguard, considering it wasn't a AAA studio. I don't know. That's a separate conversation. I think like that's why I play a lot of indies these days. It's just such a bummer. Selective, I think Highguard had an issue of selective exposure. They should have exposed it to more people and been a little bit slower about it. I think they definitely shot themselves in the foot a bit with how they were planning on doing things. Yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I don't even think it's like related to like gamer, like, you know, console wars or anything like that. It's just like I've been playing I've been a PlayStation guy since I was fucking, you know, since I was in 1996. I mean, like basically most of my life, and it just sucks to like see what it's kind of becoming. And I think that's why it hits me more, because it's just kind of like, bro, really? Like, you've corporatized the fuck out of the PS5. We don't even have, like, themes to customize our own, like, you know, feeling on the games that we love. Like, the PS4 had all that stuff. You know, like, it just doesn't even, like, it just sucks. It has lost all of its like character. I think that's really what it used to be. It just doesn't have any of its character. It doesn't have any of its personality. It's all corporatized. The PS5 is like a corporate machine that you could put in any office and it would be fine. They want to talk about creativity and like playing. I'm sorry, I'm almost done with this bitch fest, but it actually pisses me off. Like, it's just like, like games are not weird anymore. When you want to find weird games, where you go to the indie scene. You go and it takes a little bit of effort, but you go to Steam's, Steam like schedule. You literally go. I've been doing this year. I literally go to the store, and then I literally go to recommendations, and I do explore my calendar, and then I look at what's coming down the bend, and I just look. I literally go on every single individual thing. Now, not everybody does this. Obviously, it's also part of my job, right? Like, this is something I do because I'm obsessed. Like today, I'm probably gonna end up playing Super Battle Golf. 200 reviews. Do I think it's gonna be any good? I don't fucking know. But literally yesterday, we were playing RV There Yet with Kremen and my buddy Matt, and we had the best fucking time. Like, we literally winched our RV to a ski lift because we wondered if it was possible. And that was more fun, and I was laughing harder than I have in any fucking game I've played in the last year. Truly. Like, this is where... this looks good, actually. This is where... See what I mean? Look, a random ass fucking... Rusty Seas. That's not... Like a random ass. Oh my God. This is what I do. I go through and I say, oh, I wonder if this will be good. Okay, yeah, I'll wish list that. This is how you find the weird nowadays. This is how you find weird. And it is fine. I mean, games are still great, but you got to find them, You got to find them. And you can find them. Like Placid Plastic Deck. Oh, look, a card battler game RPG. That sounds fun. It's on my wish list. When I'm ready for it, I'll be able to play it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fuck. Ooh, what's this? Seclusa, a wildlife photographer? Ooh, that's like it's like Pokemon Snap. Add it to the wish list. You know what I mean? Like, that's all. It takes no effort to just be like, oh, what's this? A co-op horror game about going down an elevator that's trying to eat you? That's fucking crazy. Add it to the... You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's all it takes. So, Slay the Spire 2 is our early access March 5th. March is very busy. So, yeah, I mean, like, to me, like, the games are still weird. It's just that you're not going to find it in AAA, and you're definitely not going to find it in Sony or Ubisoft or any of these major players. And that's fine, because they're looking for the bottom line. They're trying to make as much money as possible. And also, honestly, frankly, there's so many games that come out that the games industry can't even keep up. I saw a really dumb article yesterday about I hesitate to even bring it up, but about how, like, you can't games are having a hard time outrunning gambling, crypto, and something else. And I was like, is that true? I mean, like, is that true? I don't know, But you're definitely not going to find anything weird on console. No. Unless it's like shovelware and stuff, but that's a separate conversation. Like, but then again, I mean, if you look at like the most played games, if you look at the most played games, the thing is, are we outrunning? Like, are we? I mean, people are playing these. Are they playing them because, like, why are people playing these games? Surely there's some part of it that is enjoyable. Otherwise, people wouldn't be playing it, right? I like Overwatch. So, hey Caesar, what's up? I like War Thunder of Helldivers 2 is great. But like, someone's playing War Thunder, I don't know why. Someone wants to. Anyway. All right, that's enough bitching. I don't like to bitch in my streams, but I was really bummed out. I was really bummed out. Oh, I like Overwatch now. I'd play that any day. Rivals is fine, if that's what you want. Okay. Someone asked what gacha games I was playing. I'm only playing Wuthering Waves occasionally, and I haven't played it since 3.1 because I was sad. But I do play Nikke like very loosely on my phone. I'm still on book 5 of Vinland. I haven't been playing it. Yeah, Road Warden is awesome. What game did I just finish? That I've been finishing a lot of games. Kena Bridge of Spirits was excellent. Another indie game that was beautiful. Loved it. Kena Bridge of Spirits was so good. I'm ready for the sequel now. It was delicious. I loved it. I consumed it. It wasn't crazy long. It was. I think I played it. How long was my playthrough? I think it was like. Yeah, it was about 11 hours. I didn't do anything extra. Just did what I needed to do. Play it. And I had a great time. I don't like Persona 5. I have been itching for Persona 3, but I'm playing Yeast 10 right now as a mental rule to myself because I like it. Yep, just in time for the sequel. Yep. What have I been playing? I've been playing. I also finished Super Mario World 3D Land. No, sorry, Super Mario 3D World, which I loved. I actually loved it more than Super Mario Galaxy. I've played a little bit of Gravity Rush. I don't love the systems in the same way that I didn't like the systems in Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, I love Dot. Yeah, Dot Hack is cool. I should play those too. Star Sand Island's been really fun. Anime Stardew Valley. It's been really enjoyable. Play it here and there. I mean, I haven't played any of these games actually. They're just kind of here. I don't really play games on this. Really, the only game I've been playing is Yeast 10 now, and I started up Xenoblade X because of the 60 FPS update. But yeah, I mean, Motor Town is fun. Moonlighter 2 is fun. Monster Hunter Wilds is finally mostly positive. That's crazy. Heads for Arknights. Sure, yeah. Let's use this thing. It's enjoyable. It's actually really pleasant. What kind of gacha games do you play? Just Wuthering Waves and Nikke. Hold on. It keeps landing on its side. It was Tails. Looks like Limbus Company. It's fixed, Acadian, yeah. No, I'm a Steam. I play mostly Steam, but I play lots of things. All right. Yeah, Persona 3 I might retry. I just don't like the high school systems. I feel like I get enough high school with the anime I watch, so. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Chat usually is on screen. I think I turned it off because of I turned it off because I was filming the other way. It's funny. All right, let's get into it, shall we? So we're gonna start up with oh yes, actually I meant to watch this. I haven't actually watched it, but I did freak out because I saw that Nier Automata will return, so that's great. Where is it? I did want to watch that. Yes. Hold on one second. This is in Japanese. Okay. Is there not an English version? No. Where is it? Is it only in Japanese? Is it only the Japanese version? Well, that's fine. They sold 10 million copies. I didn't know they did a stage play of Nier Automata. What? They must have done it. Did they do it in Kabuki style? No, the subtitles don't work.
2016年4月ミーアミュージックコンサート&トークライブ滅びの城再生の黒開催報告2017年
That's right, this is when they did their first concert 2017
開催報告2018年9月ミーアオーケストラコンサート12018開催報告
This was the first one, yeah
ビルボードライブ meets ミーアミュージック開催報告2020年3月ニーアシアトリカルオーケストラ12020無観客公演開催報告2022年11月ニーアオートマタファンフェスティバル12022壊れた5年間の声開催報告
This concert was so excellent
ニーアオーケストラコンサート120
Hey wait! What the fuck?
1月ニーアオーケストラコンサート
This is my footage. What the fuck? Wait a second. This is literally me. I was literally at this venue. What the fuck? Wait a second. No way. This is literally... I swear. Is this in Chicago? No. Wait a second. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a second. Well, I just got back. I was just so thrilled. Evans, we've become very good friends, and I was just so thrilled, especially to listen to just the reason can't help for fans who have the concert for me. Okay, wait, no. Wait! Wait! That's the... It's the same venue. Oh my god, this is gonna be really funny if I find out. Who do I have to... Can this be... Yeah, wait. Wait, where's the applause? Because there's a moment in this where I stand up. Doesn't seat theater. Bro. Completely. It's the same theater. It's gotta be random. It's gotta be random. Is it? See it. Stacked full this music is. And in fact, in my first video for Kindness Salvation, I mentioned that you don't necessarily salvation. I meant true, and I think to me it is going good. And in audience, folks, there's a world full for inviting me backstage and for allowing. Well, no, maybe it wasn't. Okay, it probably isn't then, because I could have sworn, with the exception of. I know there were other people there besides me, so, you know. That's so funny. So it was someone directly behind me. Nier is an interesting compositional piece for me because I think... Yeah, so, yeah. That's crazy. So wait, that means... That's so funny. So it was slightly over to my... That is so funny. Look at that. That's hilarious. So obviously, yeah, obviously it's not me, but that's very funny. I think it does really benefit. Yeah, okay, no, it's not. But I think it's some of the technology that we have for the soundscape and stuff. But amazingly, it was incredible technology that we have. Nier is wow. So it looks like it's an interesting. It's definitely further in. Okay, it's not. It's not. It's further in. It's further in. Yeah. Okay. It's near the. Wait, but like, yeah, it looks like it's probably like over here. I was like, how is it possible that they grabbed the same? That's so funny.
Soundscape.
Can we see this guy?
Stuff, but
No. Okay. That is so funny. Oh my god.
for me because I think it does really.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I got my brain just like was like, wait a second. All right. Anyway, conspiracy resolved. It wasn't my footage.
12024 The End of Data World
But isn't that funny that it was in Chicago?
開催報告同年12月ニーヤディナーショーみたいな何か12024開催報告2025年4月
Actually, so I think I could have gone to see this and I didn't, and this is probably one of my bigger regrets.
ソロコンサートジャーニーズ
Hello
ワールドツアー開催再生アニメーションログ報告2022年2月ミリアオートマタバージョン 1.1A を発表報告2023年1月
Wait, couldn't Near Automata Will Return just be like the anime?
第1クール放送報告同年3月チャプター9以降の延期を発表報告同年7月放送再開報告2024年
Or was it finished?
第2クール放送
Oh, there's already 2
再生
seasons.
コラボレーションログ報告主要コラボレーションを列挙雨ざらし命にふさわしいモンスターハンターフロンティア Z ファンタシースター
Monster Hunter Frontier? Really?
オンライン2バルキリーアナトミアジオリジンファイナルファンタジーブレイブエクスビアス圧縮会話モード
So many collabs. It's actually crazy. They're in on the joke too. It's when they go fast. It's so funny. It's such a funny thing to do. To speed up because they've done so many collabs. Oh my god, it's so funny. Not the Rainbow Six Siege collab, god.
圧縮会話モード終了報告2017年4月リーアオートマタ累計出荷販売本数100万本を突破報告2018年3月累計250万本を突破報告2020年12月累計500万本を突破報告2023年4月累計750万本を突破
10 million copies is crazy
解
though.
析ゲーム舞台音楽アニメーション書籍グッズイベント生放送ファンミーティングコラボレーション推論複合展開による関心領域の拡大と高密度体験の継続結果人類によるミーアオートマタ購買行動の長期持続報告2026年2月累計1000万本を突破
I should play it again.
本当
I
に
never got the proper ending.
本当にありがとうございました
Oh. Oh. So good. Oh my god. I should play it again. I never actually finished it with the proper ending where you delete your save file. I should do that. All right, anyway. So, let's dive in to our music stream, shall we? We've procrastinated enough, chat. I appreciate your hype, though. All right. So, Phantasy Star Online 2. Situation. What? Okay. Situation. Music that uses the leitmotif of PSO2 Episode 5, which I believe you've heard in 2 other musics I've suggested before. This music usually plays at the start of story chapter. Turn on CC for lyrics. The translations itself may not be 100% accurate. You like this shirt? Oh, thank you. Yeah, guys, by the way, feel free to grab a shirt. This is one of the 3 shirts that you could purchase. Lost in the Game, Found in the Music. This is an excellent shirt that you can check out at !merch. Definitely rep your favorite video game music without looking like, you know, kind of in a subtle, classy way. Definitely grab a shirt for yourself over at !merch. I wear my own merch because it's that good. Turn on CC for lyrics. Okay. The song itself used in-game Conlang known as Omega language, which itself is based on Spanish. Definitely use the QR code if you would like to. These are reasonable prices? Well, I would hope so. Yeah, we set it to a reasonable price. We didn't want it to go too hard. All right, let's dive in. I'll be stopping and starting probably like 2 or 3 times. Or as the spirit moves me, if you will. Let's do it. So it's funny, we were talking about Nier, but it's interesting to me how so many pieces of music have been influenced in one way or another. Why am I all the way over there? What the fuck? It's amazing to me how many pieces of music have been influenced by. Yeah, I think we can, Caesar, in a bit. Have been influenced by Nier, and I don't know if it's been influenced by Nier, but I gotta say, it does look really good. And sound really good. There's a quality in it of still. Actually, right off the bat, I would say this is probably my favorite of the PSO2 themes I've heard. I've heard enough. I'm not crazy about PSO2's music, to be honest. It's very busy. It's very noisy. But this one is actually kind of still, which is quite nice. There's a delicacy in it already. There's a gentleness, and I think like I'm a sucker for this kind of sound. This really like dialed back, pulled back female vocal. That's it feels like it's gonna build up to a climax here, and there's power in it. Yeah, right in here. Yeah, to expand on that point, I think like the reason why I said that was because of the momentum in the strings, and we do get that the sharp rhythmic momentum in there. Rim bam bim bam bim bam bim bam bim bam. Well, all the while the female vocal is ba dee da 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 dee da da. So there's this a melancholic drive to commit to and push through the the self, and to strive and like sort of decipher what the intentions are of the self. You know what I mean? See, it even says this path will guide their friends. Yeah, like, you see what I said, though? It's exactly what I said. So it starts off kind of quiet and sullen and sort of like really deep and thoughtful and emotional, right? And as it progresses, it builds and builds and builds. And then we, then we get to this momentum part with the snare drum and with the there's a lot of doubling. It's still like a fairly simply structured song, but it's pleasant to listen to, I think, because it's very peaceful. You know what I mean? It's very much like, hey, hope is power. We can navigate this together. We can, if you believe in friendship, it's if you believe in yourself, you believe in this, that, and the other, you can achieve what you want to achieve. And I think that's really, really lovely, actually. So it's quite beautiful in its simplicity, right? And I don't think it's doing anything too crazy, but simplicity is not a negative, and I think that's important. Hey, Kian, I can answer this question. If you apply for Tosca now, the track will get added to next week's stream, that next week being the final week of February. So yeah, it'll get tacked on to the end. Yeah. Just FYI. Actually love that. I love the sharpness in the strings here as we pull into the... That's a really cool way to do this, actually, by the way. Listen to this. That's a nice transition. Light and darkness are similar to both family and foe within a fine line. What an interesting song. This is both a warning and an invitation. And there's kind of hope in it too, but it's such a fascinating little thing, because when you look at the lyrics, it's, it says, "Do not lament; you'll be guided by the spirits from beyond the light." And so there's this very elegant balancing of like both narrating and telling a story, and also like foreboding of the future, potential future, and also that's very interesting how it like kind of couples all of these different things that all these different emotions gathering in this one sort of overarching sound style. Because there is melancholy in it. I do think that there is like, the strings where I just stop. Yum, bum, beam, bum, yum, bum, beam, bum. That's a bit dangerous. But overall, it's pretty cool how we ultimately we can get one type of song that elicits a bunch of different things within it. It's fun. Hey guys, I'm going to skip Dead or Alive, probably. I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, I gotta go I gotta get my steps in. The original language, it's sort of loosely based off of Spanish, apparently. You see it like that? That line is, there's a kind of somberness in that, somber quality in that. And there's a loop. I also like that when the lyrics say the guiding hero will lead the lost people to the light of salvation. It picks up in tempo and that's where we have that kind of like snare and stuff. Yeah, honestly, like I have to be frank, like that's a really nice piece, and maybe it's because I have an affinity for well, what we were just talking about for Nier, but I genuinely really enjoyed that. That's probably the Phantasy Star Online track that I've liked the most. All right, the ending song for PSO episode 1. Lyrics are in the video itself. Can still see the light. Oh, oops, no. I accidentally gave a Space Potato two songs this month. Oops, I'm not leaving. Damn, sorry, Potato. I didn't mean. Well, I mean, sorry everybody else. I didn't mean to give Space Potato two songs this month. I thought he was Traviata. My brain. I thought Space Potato was Traviata, so my brain defaulted. Okay, well, I like that piece. I'd like to revisit this one if possible, Space Potato. I did really enjoy the first half of that. You know, just as a general thought, what I found really interesting about that is that it's actually very somber, and it's one of these beautiful and reflective pieces where we sort of contemplate. Yeah, please do. I'll reserve my thoughts, but what I will say is that I thought her singing was really interesting because as I was listening to it, there's a little bit of she's kind of hitting her wall. And I actually think like it's interesting. So it's all very interesting actually. So, hitting your wall in singing is usually a bad thing because it usually means that you've accidentally overextended your reach and your range. That's right. Space Potato's our new leader. All bow to Space Potato. got a discount. 2 tracks instead of 1, for the price of 1. But in all seriousness, like, I actually think it's beautiful how in operatic singing, hitting your wall is a horrible thing. And like, you should never do it. It's like actually horrible for you and deeply problematic. Like, it means that you're hitting your limit.
Hello, Marco Meatballed. Love your videos. Thumbs up emoji.
Thank you. Thank you. So what I really like about this particular track is that the vocals actually, by her hitting her wall, hey Redcar, by her hitting her wall, she actually produces a strained sound, which actually works extremely well, you know, for like sort of the storytelling of the song, right? There's a sense of anxiety in it. There's a sense of stress. There's a sense of sadness. And hitting her wall, which should be viewed as a technical imperfection, actually ends up being a wonderful contribution to the actual storytelling of the piece. And this is why we should view technique as a guideline, but not the default state where things need to be. And you know what's funny is that as I'm talking about this, I used to get into fights with my dad about technique because I used to be like, no, Dad, technique is the end all be all. But actually, he was like, no, expression is the end all be all. You don't need to be perfect. Because we would talk about this back and forth, and I'd be like, "You don't know anything, Dad. You're not a professional musician. I am." And what I came to realize, and what I've come to realize as I've gotten older, is that the imperfection is actually where the beauty lies. And we talk about this a lot in classical music. I mean, it's certainly not the first time it's come up, where essentially, like, you know, imperfection is what makes something unique, because the imperfections are what make you sound like you, what make you play like you, right? Like that, and we all have those. The nuance is actually where the beauty is. And tell that to the internet in 2026. But all that to say, her imperfections actually made that more interesting. I'd like to listen to that piece again. Thank you very much. Oh my God, the Demon of Rosgrease is here. What's up, you guys? I listened to both tracks on accident. It wasn't you gave me a choice, and I thought for whatever reason you were the Traviata tier. So I accidentally listened to 2 of your tracks. It's not you, it's me. It's a me problem. It's a reading comprehension issue. I must go back to school. So I like how the Demon of Rosgrease and Agent Leon S. Kennedy joined at the same time. It's almost like you're in cahoots. Hey, Leo Sai, what's up? What's up, you guys? I have a quick question for you guys. Would you guys rather, do you guys like that, like, there's no pretense about what these Friday streams are, or / Thursday occasionally? Like, the fact that it says Patreon live stream, and, like, you know exactly what it is. Do you actually like it that it's more upfront, rather than, like, we're listening to video game music, and then in parentheses it says Patreon suggestions? The PS2 arrived. It's funny. I mean, not that I'm trying to like beat around the bush and stuff, but I actually thought that it would be more. I thought it would be less inviting for people that aren't patrons to see. I thought it would be less inviting. You're disappointed. Honesty is good. Upfront, because that's how it's been for so long. Yeah, you're right, Chris. You're disappointed when we do a Patreon stream and there isn't a 1 hour tangent. Well, you came in late, Leo side. There actually really already was a tangent for an hour. There was a whole tangent about Neon Genesis Evangelion. The results are the same. There's no difference. What's up, Curry? How are you? There was a There was a whole tangent about Neon Genesis Evangelion and how disappointed I am in Sony PlayStation. Then I swear to God, I saw the Nier Automata trailer actually had my footage from the concert in Chicago I went to, which turned out. Oh, you want me to talk about Neon Genesis again? Look at what it's done. I'm 5 episodes deep, and I've already changed my wallpaper. That's how fucking psychotic I've become about Neon Genesis Evangelion. It is the most I've ever talked in any like Patreon watch along of any channel or of any anime. I am so fucked up about Evangelion. 5 episodes deep. I have a crush on everybody. I it's like I'm reliving my 16-year-old self. It's crazy. You've been recording some karaoke, and I'm apparently wanting to sing Neil Diamond. Great for you. Evangelion is the best show. I'm like actually talking excessively in excessively throughout this show. It is so psychological. Mitsumi is like the woman that I tried to date so many times. Like, just a hot mess. Like, just a red flag all over. It's definitely a Sagittarius. Just a red flag all over Mitsumi with her beer and I relate to Shinji not quite as severely, but I certainly feel the awkwardness of Shinji is. I just got to the episode where he goes into Rei's house and she's like naked, and then they fall on top of each other, and I was like, that would be me. That is me. Just fuck, dude. Like, and then the jazz. So in episode 4, no, I think it's episode 5, and yeah, because episode 4 is when he runs away. In episode 5, when he gives her key card and they're going down the thing. First of all, fuck his father. Fuck that guy. But when he walks down the stairs with them and the sort of like beautiful, sensual, like jazz, sort of not tango, but sort of jazz fusion with this like a little bit of Spanish flair to it. It's so interesting because it like showcases how Shinji is having his like awakening with Rei because he's so awkward. And then also Rei also has this, they have this weird kind of inappropriate dynamic between his father and her, with the whole like burning of his hands and shit, and like trying to open up sorry, not to spoil. I mean, this isn't really like, it's not like a significant plot point, but like you hear the music and the music is like super sexual. Like, it's not even sensual at that point. It's like really like, that's like, and then she like pushes the button, tightens up her bodysuit. You see her like curvature and stuff. And while we could argue that that's fan service, it also showcases the sort of like as a 14-year-old, even Rei is sort of having her own awakenings at that time. And then the whole dynamic is so like borderline pedo, a little bit creepy to me, because it's like we can only have children operate Evas, and like, they push Rei to the brink because she's one of the first children. Like, oh my God, I just fucking I love it. Oh my God, it's so. The angel designs are fucking sick. Misato, sorry, I don't know. I forget what I called her name. Just crazy stuff. Just crazy stuff. It is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I am so hooked in. I liked Mob Psycho, but Mob Psycho's episodic sort of slice of life meets like sometimes arc stuff kind of didn't land for me. As much as I would have wanted it to. I definitely enjoyed Mob Psycho very much. It's definitely like an 8.5. The ending especially was delightful. But yeah, it fell a little flat for me at certain parts. It was a little bit more like, I think I like anime with actual arcs, like where there's like stakes, because when I was most invested in Mob Psycho, it was because we were going on a journey with Shigeo rather than the day-to-day kind of experiences, like the Scooby-Doo stuff in season 1, which was fine. But I liked season 2, but then I also missed the stuff in the beginning. I don't know. It's Princess Tutu Wen. I know it's on my list. I'll probably get to the rebuilds, yeah. Did I react to Song for the Queen from the Nikkei game? Yeah, so Eli, it won't be up for quite a while, but I did react to it with my buddy Kevin in a non-gamer episode. But that probably won't be out for like 2 months, though. Mobs Season 2 was great. I liked Season 3 a lot as well. Marco, if you like Evo and want to try something even more cerebral, how's that possible? Serial Experiments Lane? Oh, I've heard about this just today. Yeah. Okay, it's on my... Steins Gate will definitely be something I watch in the future. Madoka Magica? No, it almost won. I think I'm watching it in 4 anime. So after Evangelion, well, I'm going to sort of interlace it with Cowboy Bebop. And then after that, I'm watching Made in Abyss. Then I'm watching 86. And then I'm watching Madoka Magica, I believe. Nice haircut. Why you laugh? What's the name of the video? It'll be a non-gamers react to video game music at some point in like a couple months. Bebop is a all-time classic. I've heard Monster was actually recommended to me as well. Abyss is I like heavy stuff, to be honest. You better not be laughing, you son of a bitch. You don't like my bald head? No, I haven't uploaded it. It won't be up until probably April. And then I'm in book 5 of the big Vinland Saga stuff. I'm hoping to really work through it. Full Metal Alchemist I've already read. It's one of my favorite books. Bald? He's bald? Twitch has bald emotes, by the way. Should probably get one I probably should get those set up for YouTube as well. Those should be set up. Monster was life-changing? I really like reading this stuff. I'd like to hear Vinland's music in context, though. I Can't Stay. I liked it a lot. I thought it got a little bit repetitive, but I liked it quite a bit. Well, we put the reactor's profession in the thumbnail to meet in the middle. Thank you, Demon of Greece. We're gonna start up Ace Combat 3 here pretty soon. I think within the next month, I'd say. Monster is one of the best works of fiction ever. You need to watch Elfenlied. Are we sure about that? I've read most of it. Are we sure one needs to watch that? No worries. We're on song number 2. Well, you'll have to come and watch it, Demon. All right. Slime Rancher 2. I just heard a scary song from an aggressive song from this game. That's one of my next videos. Slime Rancher 2. Oh, you're joking. Yeah, Elfenlied is very intense. You want to talk about like kind of weird things. Elfenlied is funny because I read it, and while I was reading it, it almost felt how do I describe this to you without coming off as weird? It almost felt perverted to read. Like there are certain things that happen in Elfenlied because basically like Elfenlied is like one part coming of age and like puberty. And then the other part is like totally fucked up gore, emotional, like total, like just complete fucked upness. So there's really not a lot of in between. Like there is some, and don't get me wrong. I mean, some of the action sequences are really amazing in Elfenlied, but so much of it I actually felt kind of disturbed, like really disturbed watching it or reading it. I'm almost done with Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, I really like it. I think I have about 50 chapters left in Tokyo Ghoul, but I got distracted by Vinland Saga. The puppy scene is fucking horrible. Like, oh god. Like I actually erased it from my brain until I just read what you wrote. Terrible. But certainly an interesting piece of literature. Yeah, no. Elfin Lied is fucked up. Okay. Slime Rancher 2. The game is in full swing with its full release after months in early access. Rainbow Fields Day. ReZero is on the list, yeah. Aww. Wow, thanks, Norbrook. Thank you for 5 gifted subs. That's very generous of you. Appreciate it very much. See, it's funny. So I just listened to another theme from Slime Rancher that was aggressive, right? Aggressive music and peaceful games. And this is exactly what I anticipated. This is exactly what I anticipated Slime Rancher 2's soundtrack to sound like. It's peaceful and it's inviting and welcoming and friendly and like well, it sounds like let me hydrate. It sounds like, you know, it sounds like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, back to how are you? Dee-da-da-da-da-da. I think it's interesting how we get like arpeggiations. We literally are getting a scale in here. It's kind of interesting because while it's not a full scale, like, you know, that you would do, like the basis of any technique, especially when it comes to piano, is scales, right? And one of the most interesting things to me in this particular like context is that essentially it's about building, you know, it's about like the development. It's about like the creation of the getting better at something, because that's what scales are for. Scales are for technique, right? And I think it's so interesting and fun. And, you know, it's interesting because while I think it's easy listening, I don't think it's trite. I don't think it's superficial. I think it's just, and I think, you know, what's interesting is that I think that there's a tendency to default to pieces of music to being that are happy to be superficial. And I don't actually think that that's the case. I think this is just a very cozy, comfortable song that really serves that purpose extremely well, right? Now, what I would say is that it's becoming a little bit sort of nondescript, like it's happy mood, and then there's a lot of meandering. And I think like one of the inherent problems with this is that it's not really going anywhere. So while I was like on board for the first, and this isn't like an insult to Harry Mack, the composer, obviously. I couldn't even do this if I tried, right? What I'm at this point, 2 minutes in, I'm kind of like, okay, I think I get it. You know what I mean? And I think like I think like this is really what it comes down to is like, this is a piece that you listen to in the background while doing things. And as we go through and experience more and more, ambient music, I think that it becomes clear to me, like, and I think all of you are intelligent enough to also pick up on this. Like there's music that's great to listen to outside of a game, and there's great music to listen to inside of a game. And I think this is a prime example of a song that just works in game, and that's where it should be. And that's where it should stay. Not because it's bad, but because it's not necessarily the type of thing that there's a real reason to listen to outside of the given like situation or context. And that's okay. That's okay. But it's interesting. Have I listened to the new Live theme? No, I haven't. Now I would say there's a little bit of anxiety ever so slightly in the bottom of it, but also what's because especially there's a string there, blah, bee, but also what's cool is we get the sort of like a marimba twinkling, which is fun. Again, I don't have much else to say, but we're gonna listen to the rest of it. And there's the scale again. Da da dee da 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 da. Dum dum taka dum dum. And I think what's actually cool is that underneath, when you actually isolate the instruments, you have the guitar kind of strumming along, and the guitar actually has been fairly consistent. I think I just isolated it, and what's fun about that is that over top, all the sort of the base of the sandwich is there, and then over top we just kind of have this meandering sort of exploration. It's very like light and friendly and casual. Like there's a softness in it, and it's kind of warm and it's extremely bubbly, obviously, but it's cool how we still end up having the sort of consistent bass track, Dum da dum da dim da dum da dim da, right, like right there. Da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. Yeah, that was nice. I thought that was really charming, actually. It doesn't have to be, and I think like this is something that I thought about a lot in my life, is I felt as though I was always more connected to sadder and heavier pieces, especially pieces about like unrequited love or grief or sadness. I felt like those were pieces that I was really good at leaning into as a singer. But in actuality, because I always felt like the happy stuff was just a little bit too like, I don't know, too simple for my taste. But as I've gotten older and as my tastes have shifted, I find that optimism is like like an older man's game. And I find that I choose to walk in optimism and in a glass half full. Whereas, and I think that's just because of where my life is. Like, I just don't have that much strife right now, which is really, I feel really blessed, obviously, and I'm not bragging, but like I think a lot of the stuff that I felt in my early singing days, definitely, but also in my early, sort of puberty to like, I was a late bloomer, and I didn't really come into my own sense of self really until probably until like 35, honestly. But I spent the better part of my 20s just kind of like waffling around. And I think like that's kind of what people do in their 20s, but we have all these expectations on people to like do more. And God, people get married in their 20s, people have kids in their 20s, like people are working like massive corporate jobs in their 20s or even, I mean, it's just interesting where life will take you. But speaking from my personal experience, like I felt that a lot of music that was sadder or more angsty was definitely better suited. And I didn't really experience that in my teens. I experienced it more in my mid 20s. Also, I think it's probably because I was riddled with anxiety. Like I couldn't function day to day. I mean, I was dry heaving and, having stomach upset and, everything basically that I was doing within my opera, like the pursuit of opera. It's funny because I actually think that my body was actually letting me know that it was a terrible idea, but I refused to listen. So I like pushed that shit deep down, which is probably why I relate to characters like Shinji and even
Hope your day's been good, Mr. Marco Meatballed Smile.
Thank you, Jazz. It's been good. But there's something so beautiful about just being finally in a place of sort of peace. Actually was feeling kind of guilty about this. I'll share it. There's been a couple opportunities that I could have gone on that they wouldn't have been like life changing or anything like that, but they would have been fun. And it's like it was a really cool, like, wow, I've kind of made it in this like sort of YouTuber career that I'm getting invited to certain things because, I'm liked. Right. And I've actually, the Streamer Awards was one example. And actually I haven't regretted it yet saying no to these things. And mostly because I feel like as a 38-year-old, I'm protecting my peace a lot more than I used to. Because in my 20s, I used to have to say yes to everything. Because it was like, well, if you're not saying yes, you're not actually advancing, right? And I find that it's actually kind of, there's always a little bit of weirdness for myself, but I find that there's a beauty in saying no now that I'm still getting used to. And it's an excellent thing to say no. And people say no all the time, but for a person who had to say yes so much, it's been a real like blessing to say no. Yeah, but it's crazy. It's crazy. Hearing it took you to 35 to come to a sense of self makes me feel so much better as a nervous late 20s dude. Oh, bro, you're fine, bro. Bro, you're so fine. Don't even stress it, dude. Don't even stress it, dude. Like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't stress it. I find myself listening to Kingdom of St. Barbara's music quite a bit lately. I should listen to that. Currently 95 hours in, and so far the music is wonderful. It is nice. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is the only game where I've turned off the ambient music because it actually pulled me out of the like moment to moment. Oh my God, guys. Yeah, no, I didn't feel settled. Now, granted, I was a weirdo and I was pursuing opera. So like, you guys probably have different or more stressful responsibilities than I did, not to diminish my own responsibilities, because my shit definitely sucked. But like, I don't think I was so blown away at my last gig in France. I was 30. I was talking with the woman who was singing Lady Macbeth, and she was like, "Oh, my husband runs a film company, but he's a classical concert pianist." And I was like, wait, what do you mean? Like how? And she was like, he's reinvented himself 3 different times, and he's like in his like, you know, mid late 40s, early 50s. And I was like, I was only focused on being a singer for like 14 years, so I was like, wait, what do you mean you can reinvent yourself? And fun fact, people reinvent themselves all the time. So sometimes, like when your 20s feel really shitty, I mean, look, my 30s were not much better. In fact, like if I were to say like which one's been better, my 20s or my 30s, well, my dad was alive in my 20s, so probably my 20s, but also the personal, physical, mental health and physical tolls that the 20s took. You know, I actually think that in some ways, even though my dad died, I think my 30s has probably been overall better, minus like, you know, a pandemic and like, you know, being poor and like, you know, having to navigate, you know, like grief and loss and stuff. But like, I feel like I've actually handled it pretty well because I had to learn how to father myself. So all that to say, like, yeah, I think 30s is you're just able to handle things in a different way. And I also think like there's a lot of you know, time moves pretty quickly now. And I think like the expectations that we've put on 20-year-olds are now the expectations that we really are putting on 30-year-olds. And like, I don't know, but also, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speak too harshly because I have such a different frame of reference for the way I was, you know, doing things. My 20s were defined by being in the Marine Corps. Holy fuck, dude. And recovering from being in the Marine. Yeah. That's insane. I did get married in my 30s. And I went bald in my 30s. That's true. Did we talk about the Mugenics soundtrack? Not yet. Although, frankly, not that into it. Some of the other tracks I've heard that come on later in the game kind of are good. And like more jazz standards, but honestly, like I kind of think it's a little bit too isolated. In my personal opinion, like the Black Pussy song, love the title, but I don't, that's not a song that I would ever listen to outside of the context. I think there's some really good jazz standards I heard. I was watching Northern Lion play a little bit and I was like, oh, this is a really nice song. I think those tracks definitely like are great, but some of the more like, I don't really like the first boss, the rat guy. I'm not really into it. But I love the Black Pussy song. But again, it's not something I would listen to out of like the Mugenics like soundtrack. You know what I mean? For fun. You've been listening to it on loop at work? Well, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's really well made. I should probably eventually sit down with it for sure and listen to the rest of it because I know there's a bunch of stuff that I've missed. But just my first impressions, I've been like, oh, that's nice, but it's a little bit like tongue in cheek, and I don't know. As I get older, I kind of don't connect to that as much, but I should probably listen to it. To be fair, Fire Emblem Engage, Fiery Bonds. This has the Fire Emblem Engage motif. I never thought about it, but there's a lot of truth to what you're saying. For me, I find it amazing how in my mind I feel like I'm 20, but definitely feeling 40. And everything that comes with that. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. The way that the cats sing along to the music is actually really cool. Now, the whole game is technically impressive. I would never, ever, ever imply or suggest that it's not. It's really good. It's really cool how, like, as a game, I think it's like a marvel. I don't have it in me to play it more than I already have, but it's beautiful. Yeah, it's an amazing game. I think for the most part, there are things I don't like about it, but it's definitely like I think it's an acquired thing. You either really like that kind of like vibe, or you don't. But it's fun. It's a really well made game, I think. In some ways, I kind of like Binding of Isaac more. Just because it feels a little bit more. It's just more my style, to be honest. But I know that about myself. It's probably the best tactics game I've ever played in terms of the sheer variety, but in terms of the the freshness of it. But I don't really like roguelikes. I just don't, unless they're card roguelikes. Card roguelikes I'm super into, but like other games like that I'm not. But I should listen to the rest of the soundtrack. It's a great idea. You're definitely you feel like you're 20, but definitely feeling 40. Yeah, I thought about that the other day because we don't have kids and we don't plan on having kids. And so that's a slippery slope.
Hey, I was watching a video from you that it was made about 2 years ago about the OST from Darkest Dungeon 1. There are other great tracks like Town in Chaos, as well as a second game in the series.
Thanks, Lamp. Yeah, I know. I definitely would like to include some Darkest Dungeon tracks in some of these themed videos that I'm working on, just because I know that the soundtrack is really nice. So thanks for the heads up. Hey, Nolwyn, what's up? You have a meeting? Okay. Okay. Anyway, that was a tangent. Fiery Pawns, staff roll. All right, here we go. I'm surprised it starts like this. That's actually nice. Huh.
Promises were made to you on the fields of your awakening, unaware that this would be the start of your story. Images come back to you and flicker in your memory. You prayed for strength to carry on. I heard you calling out to me. So even though it may be easier to run from the fighting, what you sought all along was the strength to free your soul from this dark night of sorrow. You can seize your dreams, distant though they seem, like the wind that sweeps across the plains. You can rise up and begin again. May your wish come true. We can see this through. Just show me your brightest smile to restore the light of morning sky. Promises you made to me as you gazed into my eyes of blue, hoping that our paths would cross once again. On that day when all was lost, I remember what you said to me, that the past, our wounds and all the pain would be healed by the break of dawn. So long ago, you always stood beside and put your faith in me. I was scared and alone until we forged a bond together that would last forever. Gather up your tears, put aside your fears, bare your heart, your fixed desires, reignite the dimming fires. If you pray with passion, find your way to action. You can make Teach me to care when all I love is lost and gone up in smoke. And I can't hold back these burning tears. Who will be the light in this endless night? Bonds of fire connect us, love provides, protects us. Feel the warmth of precious memories, the promises you kept to me. Bonds of hope unite us, shining on to guide us. The story that you left behind will be told until the end of time.
I think this. Sorry, Patella, for not talking during it, but sometimes pieces, you kind of just want to vibe. You know what I mean? And appreciate one of the excellent things about this piece. So honestly, I'll be honest. So I wasn't crazy about this piece because it felt like emotion, and then lyrics, and then that was kind of it. Like it didn't. It had all the structures in place to like be a sad but also inspiring song, and it delivered on those things, and it delivered on that promise. So in that case, it's kind of a positive, right? But it felt a little bit shallow. That being said, what I appreciated about it was the fact that the piece was honest, right? Da dee da da dee da dee da da dee da dee da dee da. Like the scope was there to guide us on that journey, and to get us to like, no matter what has happened, we can still rise up, be bold, be strong, and also own ourselves, own our choices, own our lives. So it's a dichotomy, because like as a musical piece, I thought it was fine. And people in chat liked it, which was fine. It did modulate, yes. And then on the flip side, I kind of felt like it felt a little bit like trite, a little bit like kind of like I don't know, just a little bit shallow. So I am like scarred because I used the word shallow one time, and that was very much used against me, but it's fine. All that to say, I think it's a nice piece. And I think it delivers on a promise, and it really wears its heart on its sleeve, and it's very, I guess, formulaic, yeah. I'm of two minds. On the one hand, I know exactly what they were doing. It's not to my personal taste, but I appreciated that they wanted to tell us a stories through song about possibility and never giving up and never losing your own strength. And I also was sort of neutral on it. It's a very interesting taste, is a very interesting thing. But I enjoyed listening to it. Let's put it that way. Actually, Fire Emblem Engage has one of the best desert themes that I've heard in games. Actually, it takes the. I think actually Siren, who of course now is not here, but I'm pretty sure that. No, it wasn't Siren. It was Ray. And I remember this because there was like an issue with is it this one? Hold on. I think so. That's right. So that was the battle theme. Hold on, let me just, this was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's 3 versions as a build-up version 2. I think there's actually 4 versions. There is. Anyway, yeah, no, I quite like that theme in particular. Really, really good. Okay. Unbeatable. A short lullaby from a parent to their child, OST track 115, not to be confused with the vocal track with the same title. It doesn't require in-depth analysis unless you want it. Well, thank you, Siren. Okay, Forever Now. Let's take a listen. Croc is the best desert theme? All right, fine. I'm feeling charitable today. I actually really want to play the Croc remaster. Wow. Yeah, no, you were right. It's the best fucking desert theme I've ever heard. Oh my god, that's excellent. Wow, cool. That's dope as fuck. Oh wait, Bob uploaded a short. I gotta see it. 1 second. What is this short? How did this short go? Shorts. Yeah, man. I mean, I think the one thing I wish I did was not rush through my 20s. I think that's probably like, I don't regret basically anything. I mean, I feel pretty good about where things ended up, obviously, but like I would say like the biggest thing for me was the fact that I pushed through my 20s. I rushed through my 20s. I was like, okay, next year's my year. Next year's my year. Next year's my year. I kept thinking that if I just like waited one more year, then like my opera career would happen. And like people would like me, I would get a girlfriend, I would feel like my shit was put together, and I'd say that was my biggest mistake. Not a regret, right? But like a mistake. And I wish that I had been like, you know what? Who gives a fuck if next year's my year? Like, that doesn't really matter. What matters is that I'm happy, healthy, I have my health. Like, but that's perspective for you. You know, we're not supposed to get all hung up on it because life is about the experience, and a lot of people don't even get to get older. You know, life is hard, and so am I. Yeah, man. I mean, I think oh, I forgot he said that. Oh god, that's funny. All right. Unbeatable.
Here's a song I've written just for you, to remember when you are alone, because I love you and I always will, now and well after you've grown.
It's from Unbeatable, sorry.
I know things can't stay It's something we're just not allowed. But looking at you, how could I not want things to stay forever now? Things to stay forever now.
I like the vocals were lovely. The subtlety in that was really beautiful, obviously, and there's obviously there was a natural quality in it of like, you know, that sort of intangible breathiness that makes us feel like we're really being spoken to and sung to, which is really just beautiful. Yeah, lullabies. Yeah, that would be really interesting. Just beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Wow. Koru Observer. POV, me when my mind spike can't show excessive violent content, so the framing device I installed to bypass that forces me to play Punch Out while the hostile and coherent heavy construction golem memory I'm observing. That's a Kuro Observer reference. Oh, this is from that game, that's right. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Dude, the crunch in here is fucking phenomenal. Oh, hey, bird. I am so impressed by this soundtrack, and the real contortion in it is so meaty. That's a meaty piece of music, and it really has this like a very heavy, twisted quality to it, where you don't know which way is right, you know, which way is up, and the discomfort comes from that sense of like almost like the what was like what's it called when you sort of flipping the script upside down, and yeah, it's just delicious. It's delicious. Oh, you were sick. Oh no. You know, because it's interesting because like the heavy, so sometimes colors can sort of come to mind when thinking about music, and like one of the things that's really interesting here is how it's like such a dark color. It's such a black, you know what I mean? It's a real like, it's like being drowned in sound, right? Whew. Jesus, that was harsh. I enjoyed that so much. That is so harsh. That's terrific. Such a just a delightfully heavy piece. Really presses in and really fucking makes you fucking, it's like being stabbed. It's so good. Whew. Fucking love that. Are you kidding? Octopath Traveler. What's there to say at this point? You all know by now, those of you that have been in these streams, you know I love Octopath Traveler's music. I don't really care for the games, but I really, really love the soundtrack. It's just one of the soundtracks of my life. Really enjoy it. Battle 1, classic. Actually, I don't like Battle 1 that much, but it's I think because I've just listened to it a lot. Shut up. Dee da 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 shum dum she da 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 da. Yeah, I mean, I think you know, of a regular battle theme, I think this is fine. It's not crazy to me. I think it's nice though. It's got the nice emphasis in it. It's really nice. I mean, I think the boss theme of Octopath Traveler is the like sort of the general boss theme is really good. It's fine. I do love the strings. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is like a rare miss in the Octopath Traveler soundtrack for me. It's good. It's good. You know, but like I think there's better. You know, it's nice. Yeah. Yeah, and thank you, Hyax and Plixtrix, of course, for the double teams on the Octopath Traveler stuff. You guys are definitely on the same wavelength, which I always really appreciate. So, hey, Fango, what's up, man? It reminds me of the final boss theme from Ys Celceta. Guys, I did a bad thing. And I bought Ys 10. What's it called? The like, man, they really should have done that. They really should. Nisa, I guess they really should have released it as a like an upgrade path. You know, it's too bad. Yeah, Nordics. You accidentally discovered me from an AI mobile game ad? No, that ad is real. and the game itself is actually real. AI mobile game? You mean the last war? Have I listened to Golden Sun before? Yes. I actually want to play that. Thank you, Bleach Mark. Love your content, Marco. Hard to find someone who loves video games that can actually articulate what makes the song so great. I appreciate that. I often find myself burnt out a bit on the tracks after listening to Octopath after a while. What makes an OST more or less repeatable? I think ultimately it comes down to like your own individual like attachment to the melodies. I think melody more often than not is actually the thing that makes a track memorable. How does it sound? How does it feel when you listen to the track over and over and over? Like, I think it's just your own personal connection to melody. Melody is everything, in my opinion. Rhythmic pieces are great. Melodic pieces are beautiful. But ambient pieces are beautiful, but melody is king. Personally, there's a reason why earworms like La donna immobile qual piuma al vento muta da cento manada like there's a reason why there are so many like famous melodies in music, both pop music and classical music. They're memorable because they're melody. And that's the thing. So when you get burnt out, I think also it's just from like over listening and, I think that's mostly it comes down to that, I think. Oh yeah, there's an upgrade path until March 6th. Okay, that's what I saw. I saw Xenoblade Chronicles X is crazy at 60 FPS. $5 for that? I don't mind. It's one of your favorite Italian? I know. How much music can you suggest if you're from Patreon? 1 to 2 songs. Ace Attorney is definitely on my list. For East 10, Falcon did Proud Nordics as another version. I assume Nisa just yeah, I know. I saw that. I mean, Proud Nordics has a whole ass extra like a whole separate part of it. When are we getting back to the Xenoblade praise? Oh, that'll be offline, Leo. Sorry to say. Mugenics, I've played a bit of it. I mentioned it earlier today. It's good. I think I'd like to hear more of the tracks. It'd probably be worth an OST listen rather than an individual like video experience. Yeah. What? Rainbow Six Siege mobile? God damn. My favorite game. Man, I swear to God, I like one Korean superstar on Twitter, and now all I'm seeing is just Korean superstars. Terrible. All right, Sunshade, City of Pleasures. That's an oddly timed track. Chill in by the bar with your drink in one hand. Oh, I love this track, yeah. Yada da yada yada. See, I love that lift. it's interesting to me how this is like actually super slow. And while it is like a bar theme, or like, you know, like the description says, sitting at a bar, you know, sipping a whiskey, an old fashioned, you know, kind of like reflecting on the day. It's hot as balls outside, so on and so forth. Like there is this, it's interesting how it's actually kind of sleepy as well. And using the, I'm pretty sure it's a clarinet, but the where it becomes interesting is actually when the harmony kicks in, right there. So there's this beautiful lift, right? It's so nice. And see, even then, it's like the stretch between the shum. So we fill in the gaps of the space there, which is nice. Because there's like improv, you know, it's like it got a vibe to it. And it's actually interesting to me. It's actually interesting to me how like when you add the violin, when you add the flute on top of the clarinet, you actually get like this almost like this emotional feeling, like almost frustration, you know, like there's a I just love that we have the consistency of the doom doo 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 doom doom doo 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 dee da doom doom, and then in it there's like all these different kinds of emotions. It's like the different guys that come into a bar, the different people that come into a bar, where it's like everyone's carrying their own burdens, right? And it's almost like you turn to look at someone and you raise your glass and you go, yeah, you know, yeah, you too, shit, you know. Da dee da 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 dee. I love that. Like that's so nice. You know what I mean? Such a vibe. Such a vibe. All right. Now we're gonna move into the Tosca tier. Got ourselves Abzu, Demo, Pocket Mirror, Sonic the Hedgehog, Honkai Star Rail, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Saturday Morning RPG, Grease, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, The Sims, Civ 6, Brown Dust 2. I did just see something kind of interesting on Twitter. Atelier games are crazy because there'll be these cute SOL RPGs with lighthearted plots. Then you'll get into an encounter and the most insane song you've ever heard in your life will start playing. What the fuck? That's so funny. Oh my god. I also saw a thing earlier that was like they actually like the reason why Riza looks the way she does is because they literally did research. It's so funny. Oh boy. Oh, Tales of Xillia. Yeah, it's been on my list. I hope I enjoy the track from Greece. I mean, I love the soundtrack. And I love the game, too. Wow, that's wild. All right. Delphinus Delphus from Abzu. I've always liked Abzu's OST a lot, so I wanted time to share this one. So it was about time. I especially love how much they use harps to symbolize water. I gave a link to a version with the score of the piece showed, shared by the composer, but you can find videos without the score if you want to listen to it blind. That's all right. Greece? Oh, I've played it. Yeah, I've played it like 3 times. As noted. Triplet, 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 pineapple, 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 biryani. Lots of triplets, huh? Do you guys know how to read sheet music? Do you know what I'm looking at here? Do you guys know what's going on? Should I take a couple minutes to explain it? Do you guys know what's going on here? When you look at this, does it look like a lot of nothing? Or does it make sense? Should we talk about it? For fun? I love sheet music. Secondary people. How many people here know how to play an instrument? That's true. Can you read music, chat? And do you know how to play an instrument? It's just Muse Dash. Can play, can't read. Violinist for a long time. And ukulele. Could a very long time ago. Play piano. I can read drum sheets and that's it. I used to play piano. I like when musicians watch my channel. You used to play the tenor sax? Hell yeah. I was a trombone player. I used to play piano. Nice. Can only read bass and treble clef. I used to play saxophone and went in orchestra. Now I'm just a bone player. Yeah, I only play the skin flute these days. I can read, but not so fast anymore. Bass guitar and acoustic guitar player here. Wow, cool. Of course, the musicians. I actually think this is so nice. How many here can't read music? Some can, some can't. Looks like. I cannot read music, but I know notes go from low to high to light top. Yeah, well, let's talk about it for fun. Take a couple minutes. It won't be too hard. So the most beautiful thing to me about sheet music is the fact that it's a language and that everything here tells you exactly what to do, right? I love that. I love that about music. Let me move myself. Whoop. So what's cool here, we'll start from the bottom. The double bass, which is the bass, the cello are actually doubling right here. And yeah, this is a layer of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different instruments. Looks like we have flute, 1 and 2, clarinet and B flat, 1 and 2, bassoon, 1 and 2, percussion. So 1 and 2, actually it's more. So technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow, there's and then an ensemble. So it's probably it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 layers, but obviously there's a lot more instruments. Some are kind of featured soloists but actually no. Well, no, it's an ensemble. Well, and there's a couple solo standout moments anyway. So it's cool how so this is all rests, obviously. Right, so these are rests. Nothing's happening here, and then we start with the G tremolo or trill into the triplets. It goes from piano to mezzo piano, so quiet to slightly less quiet, and it's pretty cool because while the flute's up top here are trilling / tremoling. The clarinet in B flat is tripleting, and then they sync up, and they're actually playing the same notes, but in a different octave, so a different part of the range. But that's because the flute's higher than the clarinet, so that makes sense. And then it's interesting here because actually the bassoon is filling out this space with dotted half notes. Four bar. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 beats per measure, so it's in 4/4, where the quarter note gets the emphasis, if I recall how that works. So 1, 2, 3, hold, release. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. It's all math. 1, 2, 3, and then the release on the rest. And it's cool because then underneath here you have all this movement. And then the bass and the cello supporting everything else. Holding this for 4, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4. It's pretty cool. Just amazing stuff, you know. What's my favorite MGS theme? Probably the encounter music. Bum 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 bum. It's cool here. I like this. Dum ba-dum. So in between. So even though we have two different triplet ideas. Well, actually several triplet ideas. But what you really end up getting is dum da dum bum 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 ba-dum. So this actually it's cool because this is playing where the rests are. You actually get this kind of fills out this part. So you get a complete without any break musical idea. It's cool. I actually don't know. See, this is actually something I don't know. What's the 7 for? I mean, I assume it's like a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's actually 8 notes. I actually don't know what the 7 means. Well, so it must be a 7th. If it's I don't know what a 7. If it's a triplet is with the thing with the tie with the 3, so you know it's triplet. But the 7 is probably like a triplet, but with 7 notes. Ah, okay. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's cool. That's not something I ever would have like witnessed in vocal music, so that actually escaped me there. That's cool. Oh, I heard it. Oh, and that's the harp, so that makes sense because then here we have the sort of like this kind of like glissando style thing. So then you get Kristen Nagus with the solo. She's nice. And now everything's kind of moving together as we sort of like chill and take a step back. So dreamy. Hey fan, how are you? So beautiful to hear the clarinet and the upper register like that. This is from Abzu. how does it know which instruments to play? So each of these lines tells the instrument what to do, right? So all this stuff, all these notes, these are the notes that the instrument is to play. And so here, for instance, let's go with the violin 1. So the violin 1 knows to play this note, connected to this note, go back up to the top of this note, go even higher to this, and then do a triplet, and then go down and continue on. So each individual instrument has their assignment, has their direction. And if you look at it in chunks. So you see like this is one chunk, this is another chunk, this is another chunk, and it moves from left to right. Oh wow, 15ths with the glass. Wow. I like that sort of like sense of chaos there at the end, as it kind of just kind of leaves you kind of hanging. That's beautiful. Thing is, Austin's like a modern classical composer. I wouldn't even say that Austin is a game he's a game composer, but Austin is the delineation is not really there. I think like he transcends like the space, you know. Demo Marigold, super hidden song in the DLC of the first game. Really like this artist. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Beautiful dream, you will tell us well as it doesn't feel like a dream, even if over. I just should call it smart. That you must be with us. Your love is still in this room and it rings. You always keep me trembling in this
Hi, how are you? God, that was so enjoyable. That like scratched my brain all the right. Oh my god, all the right places. I loved that so much. It was so much fun to listen to. Absolutely, just I adored it. Just loved it. Loved it. Oh god, that was so good, Juan. I loved it. It's just like, the vocals I can kind of take or leave. Like I did think it was nice because it was kind of like innocent sounding, right? But then when it picked in and it kind of just it just went off, and oh god, it's very cool. It gets the gold star. Really enjoyed it. I review subscriber songs. In what sense? Do I prefer pieces with operatic accompaniment? I mean, I kind of like anything, to be honest, for the most part. Did I react to the Wuwa Aphelion? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would assume yes because I heard it in context. So I guess that counts as a reaction. One tiny second. Sorry. Hey, back. I'm Marco. Galbrena, probably? I have heard Night Song, yeah. Okay. Let's go to Girl's Midnight Secret. Character theme from the character of Enyel, a character with a striking resemblance to the protagonist, incorporates the protagonist theme Promise. Hey, Helicopter, how are you? It's really interesting. You know, the whole thing has this like real mysterious essence to it, which is kind of interesting because it does feel like there's this like double, like duplicity, sort of doubling, like other side of the. It's almost like looking in the mirror and seeing the reflection in it, and I think that's quite interesting. Like I wouldn't say it's like. It's not like I'm not. I don't know. It's not like a banger, right? It's not a piece that's gonna set you on fire, and well, actually, it might set you on fire based on the character. Just like the theme is very, I don't know, has a real like darkness to it, doesn't it? Which I think works super well. I think it's very uncomfortable, even though it's beautiful at the same time. You know, like there's this like sort of dance within it of otherworldliness. That's really nice. It was just a nice piece. Hey Veeb. How do you guys manage to watch anything on YouTube? Like I was just going through. Bro, look at all this stuff. How does anyone watch anything? I feel like the homepage is just... I don't know how anybody does it. Look at us all trying to min-max YouTube. There's so much stuff. So crazy. Did you see this man's glasses in this marathon video, by the way?
Which is like...
This man has excellent taste.
the soul of your person and transform it into these playable instruments. These like these little recitations. It's almost like they're a code, like some sort of transmission, you know? It's like what's left over. It's like what's left over from this colony that's disappeared. I was inspired by these natural environments full of like bugs that are half mechanical and had escaped from the lab.
Anyway, the sound design of a marathon looks interesting. At the very least, I'm going to play it for like an hour just so I can experience some of the music. But anyway. Hylian, I have a question. Am I still reading One Piece? It's taken a back seat to Vinland Saga. Have a listen to the first OP? I don't know. I think yes? Question mark. I think yes. All right, let's go to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Akumbi, Angel Island Zone. Oh wait, is this No, I've never heard this before. I've not listened to it then, no. How many channels? Wait. Sonic 3. 6 channels. Man, what a vibe. Can I visualize the sheet? No, because I don't have the sheet in front of me, and that's not something I know how to do. Unfortunately. Man, I'd never heard that before. What a vibe. Angel Island Zone Act 2. It's amazing what they were able to do with the technology on hand. That's actually crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's just absurd how like the fact that it looks like there were dumb question, basically Fantasy Star 4. It has 6 FM synthesis channels or 5 FM channels plus 1 PCM channel. The fact that it's basically like computer programming is really crazy. I'm reading a book to better understand chiptune and just video game music's evolution in general, because I feel like I want to bring more to the conversation about it, more than reactions. And it's a really interesting thing how basically the limitations and having to literally be a computer engineer, a coder, in order to be able to understand stuff is so interesting. The way that you were able to create music, it's just so different than what it is now. And again, you're right, that little pressure cooker of not having a lot of options. And the fact that basically Asteroid was the first, so Pong was the first game to have sound design, if I recall, but Asteroid was the first to use a type of a musical essentially sound, Asteroid sound design is really interesting. Asteroid was it on the Commodore? No. Where is it? It's so hard to. But just I don't know, just the evolution of this stuff is just so interesting. Did Michael Jackson actually work on the entirety of Sonic 3, or was it just a few parts? Honkai Star Rail. Young Ching's character theme, only 2 more 1.0 themes. Stay strong, Marco. No. A few parts. Oh, okay. I really loved that Sonic 3 theme. I'd love to hear more. Please. Sonic 3's with Knuckles too. Therefore my favorite. I wish it was longer. It's so nice. I wanted it to actually like develop further. It actually like had real substance there. I thought that was really beautiful. I love the sort of like hello? The intelligence. I'm trying to say intellectual and intelligent at the same time, and my brain just like totally fucking froze up. I really like the sort of like nuance in it, like the sense of like poise, but also just like I'm an intelligent person who has like integrity and poise and stature and I can, but I'm also like smart and savvy. It's really nice. Really nice. Really nice. ACX and Joint Assault. I don't think those are on my to-do list, but certainly the PS2. I'll probably, honestly, I'm not going to play Ace Combat or Ace Combat 2 or Combat. What's Air Combat Assault or whatever. The next game for Ace Combat will be Ace Combat 3 Electrosphere, which will happen sooner than later. Probably March, maybe April. No, March is crazy. March is blocked off. I can't do anything in March. I'm basically just holding out until mid-March here because this shit's going to be nuts in March. So plus I'm only streaming well, actually, so in March the whole stream schedule will get messed up again because at that point I'll have to actually be doing I'll have to be playing games every day again. So March is going to be totally different than the current schedule. I think I can squeeze in maybe one more retro game before like Monster Hunter Stories 3, Crimson Desert, fucking like any of the games that I want to play. I want to squeeze in Monster Hunter if possible and try to catch up. Yeah, March is nuts because March has... My arms look great. How do you know? Did you even see my arms? You didn't even see my arms. You're just saying shit. I appreciate the compliment. But you're just saying stuff. I didn't even show you my arms. There's Marathon I want to check out musically. Fatal Frame 2 probably won't end up playing. The 1348 X Vodo looks like a third person Kingdom Come Deliverance. So that's on my list. Mouse PI for Hire is the like FPS like Mickey Mouse old school looking action FPS game I really want to play. Crimson Deserts 319. That's going to take up a fuck ton of time. And same with Monster Hunter Stories 3, which comes out. That's going to be my big focus in March. There's also like The Legend of Kilmori, which is it's like a horse game, but set like in a Mongol.
Why do we Mongolians never stop riding?
Like, this is my shit right here. I love horses, so... She's like a
Some
delivery
days,
girl.
I believe I know.
It's
I
like-
ride to carry out my
It's like Death Stranding, but horses and taking letters to and fro. Like,
duty as a courier. Out there, they wait
it's like Horse Stranding, and I'm so here
for
for it.
answers, for aid, for hope. I ride to survive. Gathering, crafting, hunting. Out here, the cold bites deeper, the silence grows heavier. I ride to remember where I come from, to care for those who carried us here.
You're right. The AI, it does. I hope it's not AI voices. No. Don't do this to me. No, it's just someone trying to sound Mongolian, I guess. Apparently, hopefully. Anyway, that's yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Anime adjacent, but that's okay. Apparently it's okay. What if you took generic desert music and merged it with hard rock guitar? March is gonna be rough. March is gonna be rough. I won't deny it. As a gamer, March will be rough. I see it. Yeah, that's cool. Konnichiwa. Bring back Harry Marco. Yeah, yeah. He's in my basement. That actually goes pretty hard. And it does have, like, you know, the desert, sort of the stereotype there, desert theme, but it kind of works. Like, it's actually kind of crazy, actually. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's got a lot of body to it. You know, it has a little bit of bite as well. It's pretty enjoyable to listen to. Definitely goes hard, and it's also really, I guess, unique in the sense that, like, while it does, like, sort of have the stereotypical sound to it, it also has you know, a bit of extra, I don't know, kind of flair. Saturday morning RPG. With respect to Marco previously stating he needs no context, I will no longer be going into autistic detail on my favorite songs here. Fair. That being said, I actually did listen to the song many times from the official soundtrack before hearing it in the game. Oh. It wasn't the final credits roll theme as I had thought it would be. Each episode has its own credits roll with the title theme playing in the background. Spoiler alert, I cried. All right, no risk, no glory. rest, no glory. Oh wow. It's fucking beautiful, dude. Like, there's like no words to describe it. Like, is it like, you know, is it hand and foot? Is it kind of like, you know, really like obvious what the song is? Absolutely. Like, does it need? I don't know, man. That like scratches my like 80s itch, and it's just delightful. It's just delightful. And also, I again, it's like that half full thing that just like scratches the itch there for me. It's just so nice. I really enjoyed that piece. Like it's a fucking opera aria. I really liked it. This is fun. It's just so fun. No rest, no glory. Da dee da 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 da. You know, like it's like fucking get off your ass. You know, I should go for a walk after. Unagi from Greece. From Bird. I keep thinking about this piece for a while, and I was a bit shy to suggest anything. Oh, stop it. I keep thinking about this piece for a while, and I was a bit shy to suggest anything. What? Why? The worst thing I would say is that you have terrible taste. The best thing I would say is it was beautiful. How bad could it be? It's not that bad. But the context of this track is a chase and a very clear story movement. You hate asking people to do anything? You literally pay me $20 a month. You better ask. How could you not ask? That's literally what you pay for. It's how it goes. I don't understand you people that don't ask for something when you pay for it. I mean, obviously there's a balance, not just a transaction. Like ideally it's like a shared experience, and like, you know, you kind of, you know, we go easy on things. You know what I mean? You know, obviously I'm only one person, but like you literally pay for it. I mean, I do appreciate support, obviously, but like, come on now. It's not like the Patreon pays for my entire staff. I've also supported you a great deal. Oh my God. No, I have not. I asked you to make me a fucking VTuber model that I literally never use, but I appreciate in case I want to use it. And what? You've retweeted something? Come on now. Come on now. You make it seem like that took 2 clicks. It took 2 clicks. Anyway, Sarah McCoskey in here, Bird, is the person who made my VTuber model. Hire them. I did it again. Escaping Darkness, generally such a cool track, and I really hope you enjoy the storytelling piece, and let me know what you think of it. I really like it. I really like the Grease soundtrack. There you go. Let's listen to it. Well, this is actually from the movie Grease, yeah. Have I heard anything from the game Oninaki? I have not. I have not. Hey, Georgie. Be-da-da-dum. Sha-da-dee-dum. Da-da-da-dum. I love the chorus stuff in here. The choral work is really nice. I love how it takes us out, and see Juan. I love that it takes us on this entire journey, and then in the end, it still kind of has the synth element stuff at the back half of this is just so delightful, and there's a real just a beautiful heaviness in it that's so satisfying because it does feel like we kind of we lose ourselves in the journey and then end up finding ourselves at the same time, and then that synth sort of oomph re-emphasizes our ability to overcome obstacles and challenges, right? And that it's like almost like a twist of the knife, but the twist of the knife is actually positive, you know? I mean, it's a beautiful piece, and really it's quite heavy too, you know? It's beautiful. I really recommend Grease to anybody who wants to play it, the movie and the game. Just amazing stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful. Fat Man and a Song with a Very Fat Instrument is a slightly more dramatic version of Power Hungry Fool from the previous game. And yeah, the guy loves power and beauty for sure. Anyways, just thought you'd like this. This is from Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, Oliver's Fall. Whoa. I mean, I love anything related to harpsichord, and I think what's really cool about this is that you hear how agitated and angry and twisted Oliver's character is. And I love how you hear that like through the music. So the music kind of guides us along on this journey of like showcasing how Oliver is actually like deeply fucked up and like just like not a good person, right? And I appreciate that very much because it really feels that it really feels like there's like a twisting of the personality where like they say Oliver says he's one way, but he's actually another. And so he's hungry, looking for power, looking for, to ensnare people in a trap or something. The vibes are just kind of immaculate. Like it's amazing. And I love hearing how harpsichord, which usually takes a real back seat when it comes to like other than Bach and stuff, to hear how it kind of in this particular iteration of it moves forward, and I don't know, it's really cool. Let's check out the Vietnam theme from Civ 6. This blends music and traditions from 3 distinct regions of Vietnam and plays when Vietnam advances to the atomic, aka modern era in the game. Hey, Abdi, what's up, man? I love how it doesn't lose a set. Wow. Hey, Supernova. What's cool to me is that it never loses its identity, even though it ends up being in the modern, stuff, in the modern era. It actually it never loses its like cultural core identity, which I think is really nice because it kind of it fills out and it expands, and it kind of it moves us through the era, and that's kind of what's anticipated from, I mean, as the civilizations get more advanced, I guess. But I really I love that even though it had a modern lilt to it, it still connected us to the like sort of traditional and cultural aspects. Yeah, I'm tired too, man. I feel you. I feel you, Abdi. A Brown Dust 2. Why not? Song of Olivier. I recently started playing Brown Dust 2. Don't Google it on stream. It's not 18 plus, but I'm pretty sure that's just because they're bribing Google or something. And as is often the case of gacha games, found that it has a lot of gems in its OST. Unfortunately, most aren't on YouTube except for YouTube Music, but this was one that was there, and I thought it was simple but sweet. Yeah, Brown Dust 2 is like an intense game. Actually, the moment-to-moment gameplay from like the 2 minutes I played was actually kind of fun, but the visual is just something else. it again, it defies logic, but it's true that Gooner games just end up having these really, and I don't know, like I wonder if it's because of like trying to manipulate the audience member. I mean, that's certainly like a malicious way to look at like, our gacha games. Is every part of a gacha game just there to entice the person to become emotionally dependent on the game? I don't know. Probably not. Is it beautiful? Yeah. It's nice. But, this is funny. It's very nice. You know what I mean? Like, it just like scratches a very nice itch. It's just like a peaceful, happy, lovely, sensitive. It's just nice. I don't know. Like, what's there to say? Like, it's just like a nice little ditty, It's just a nice little ditty. Oh God. Anyway, with that, I think that's gonna do it for us. That's our Friday. That's our Friday listening stream. Hopefully, there were some nuggets in there. I had a good time. I hope you did too. Yeah. Hope you have a great weekend, of course. I am going to go have a weekend. Next week will be a short one. I mean, no, it's always long anyway. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's still 15 tracks. So it won't be nothing. Plus 16 actually, because we're adding another one. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Bonesy. Appreciate it. Appreciate that very much. You're going to a Viking festival this weekend? Wow. Thank you for listening. Thank you for suggesting and for supporting the channel as always. I'm gonna go watch Neon Genesis Evangelion the whole weekend because I'm obsessed. Take care, you guys. Be well. Bye.